deep fried balls of oozy cheese. One bite and you'll be hooked. We're making my spicy cheese bombs with a chili mayonnaise. So these are perfect for parties. Put them in, take them out, and they will be gone within 30 seconds flat, and everyone is going to be loving them. They're so moreish, you just want more and more and more. But you know what? At some stage, you're going to have to say, stop, I'm out of cheese. So the cheese I'm using today is fresh baby mozzarella or bocconcini. So I've removed the water and I'm just going to pat them dry and then just leave them to one side. And then what we're going to do is get started on our breading station. Super simple. Into a bowl, I've got some flour, just some plain flour, some beaten eggs, and in the other bowl, I've got some panko breadcrumbs. Now you can use normal breadcrumbs for this. Now I prefer the panko breadcrumb purely for the fact that they're so much more crunchier and you're gonna get a lot better texture than you would out of a normal breadcrumb. But they are a little bit more expensive, obviously, than normal breadcrumbs. These Japanese breadcrumbs are the bomb. So into a bowl, place in the panko crumbs, and then I'm gonna add in some seasonings and spices. To the crumbs, I'm adding salt, some dried thyme leaves, some cayenne pepper, and some paprika. Now that cayenne pepper is going to give it that spiciness, but be very careful with it, because if you put too much in, it's gonna burn everyone's mouth, so be really liberal with it. So mix together the panko crumbs along with those seasoning and spices, and then we're gonna roll the mozzarella balls in the flour, dusting off any excess, and then dipping them in the egg, and then finally into the spiced panko crumb mixture and get it coated on all sides evenly. Now, if you want an even thicker, crusty coating on the outside, then just repeat that process again and double dip them. So repeat this process with the cheese balls that you have, and then place them on a baking tray. I've just put some foil down, and then I'm gonna place them in the fridge for about 30 to 40 minutes. And what this does, it just helps the cheese come back to that nice cold temperature. So when we deep fry it, it's not gonna split apart and blow everywhere. So while that's in the fridge chilling, we're gonna make our chili mayonnaise. Very simple. Into a bowl, I'm gonna be placing in some whole egg mayonnaise. Now for the chili part of this mayonnaise, I'm using some sambal oelek, which is a beautiful Indonesian chili paste. But if you're in Malaysia, Singapore, Brunei, Sri Lanka, then you'll be very familiar with this taste. It's a beautiful chili paste, I love it. But if you can't get hold of it, you could use some sriracha as well, or as a substitute. And then finally, I'm adding in a squeeze of some fresh lime juice. So mix that all around. It's gonna go this beautiful pink coral color. And the flavors in here are absolutely tremendous. It's gonna go so well with that cheese and that beautiful textured crumb. It's gonna make a great dipping sauce. So to deep fry them, pull out the cheese balls from the fridge, set your oil at 180 degrees Celsius or 350 Fahrenheit if you're using a deep fryer. If not, like me, just use a pot with some vegetable oil in it and get a thermostat and just bring it up to that temperature anyway. Now you wanna fry them in small batches for about a minute to a minute 30 until they're golden and crispy. And then you want to remove them and drain them on some paper towel and just season them with a little bit of salt while they're still hot. Now if you deep fry them too long, like I said, the cheese inside will start to explode and ooze out, and we don't want that. Now you can make these ahead of time as well and then deep fry them. You don't have to do them at the very last minute. Obviously deep frying you do, but you can do all this prep the night before or the day before, that's fine. And to serve them is easy. Just put them on a plate, everyone can get stuck into them. You cut them open and they just ooze with cheese. And then of course, when you dip them in that chili mayonnaise, it is just so good. You get that real kick from the cayenne pepper that we've got on our cheese balls. And that mozzarella cheese hasn't got a lot of flavor to it, but it's creamy. The texture is just gooey and it just takes on all these spicy flavors. If you don't want it too spicy, you can tone everything down. It's okay, you do it to your tastes. But let me tell you something, no one is going to be able to resist these beautiful, crispy, deep fried cheese balls. They are amazing. They are the bomb.com, especially with that chili mayo dip. If you want the recipe, get it on my website. The links are below in the description. If you enjoyed this recipe, please give it a thumbs up, share it around with your friends and family, and I'll see you real soon for another recipe.